Hello everyone, I am Akshay Chachad. I am an international federated chess player with my chess rating classical rating of 1719. Okay. So today we will play chess game. Okay. We'll play chess game on in chess.com. Okay. So we'll try to reach 2100 rating in chess.com. Okay. And second thing is I am also a chess game coach. Okay, I also teach chess to beginners, intermediate, and advanced level players. Okay, so if someone wants to learn chess from me, they can contact me on this number where I'm giving in the chat now. Okay, I'm giving my mobile number in the chat. Okay, so you can contact me if you want. Someone wants to learn chess from me. I take my fees for intermediate, advanced, beginners, intermediate, and advanced players is 1,000 rupees for 1 hour. Okay, so I have given my mobile number in the chat. Okay, you can just contact me if you want to. Anyone wants to learn chess from me. Okay, so now we'll begin playing chess in chess.com. Okay, so we go to the chess.com. Okay, I'm sharing with the screen, all of you. Fine. Okay now. So okay. So I will now play with a friend. Okay. He is also an international rated chess player, whose name is Subhajit Charit. Okay. So ID is 7451. Yeah, this is his ID. Rating in chat.com 2034. So I will challenge him. Okay. For 15 plus 10-second increment game. So I will send him challenge. Let's see if he comes. So let's see. Try to defeat him if he comes. Okay. Okay, let's see if he comes. Okay, he came.
Game start is white.
Okay, I am
Game
on white
started
now.
as white.
We'll go with e4.
Knight c6.
Okay,
Knight c6.
playing with knight c6, d4.
e5.
Okay,
e5.
well here we'll go with knight f3. He's playing the rook and Now this is a Scotch game.
Takes d4. He takes d4.
Okay, now go with the Scotch Gambit line. Scotch. This is Scotch opening, and this is a Scotch Gambit. Okay, this is a Scotch Gambit opening. Okay, in chess, this is a Scotch Gambit opening. So we sacrifice a pawn. Okay, we sacrifice our D pawn. Okay, to get the center control. Okay, and to also attack the F7 square from our bishop. Okay, let's see what my opponent will play. Let's see. He has moves like knight to f6. He has the move like bishop c5. Even he can play with bishop b4. Bishop b4 is the better line over there. Or knight f6 is also better. Bishop c5 is okay. It's not so good. Even bishop to e7 is playable, but that is a passive line. Okay, bishop c e7 will be a passive variation. Okay,
Knight f6.
okay, knight
Knight
f6.
f6.
Now we have bishop to g5, pinning the knight, and then trying to capture the knight. Or we can directly go with the e4, but here he can try to play this directly. So we can go with castle. We'll let him capture the pawn. And when he takes the pawn, we have rook to e1. He has to play d5 to say support the knight, because the knight will be pinned to the king, so the knight can't move. After d5, he will capture the pawn. Then queen takes d5, and then we have knight to c3. He can't to attack the knight and the queen and the knight. And when he if he can't take the
Bishop
knight,
e7.
because then
Bishop e7.
because the queen will be pinned, right? So that was the thing. So here he did not take the pawn because he knows that rook e1 was coming and there was like attacking position for me. So he did not did that. Now we can try to play this e5. Okay, this is some attacking line. It is possible now to play this. Okay. Now here, if he plays d5, then I can grab, and if it
Knight
takes,
g4.
then
Knight
we should have
g4.
grabbed. Okay. Okay, we can just play rook to e1, possible to support the pawn. If we try to play the x3, then he will grab the pawn. Okay. Now knight takes and knight takes like this. So, okay. If we try to grab the pawn, he will again grab this pawn with this knight. So rook e1, it's okay. And then we will try to push h3. He might play d6 to attack the pawn third time. Okay. Now two defenders are there to the d pawn. Okay, d5 pawn, and two attackers are there to the d5 pawn, e5 pawn. Okay, this is an e5. So he will try to attack that e5 pawn with the d6 pawn to d6. You can try to, yeah.
D6.
So we did
D6.
that, and now if I play h3, we will capture that pawn with the knight. Okay, I can even give the pawn if it takes, and bishop takes. Bishop takes, rook takes, and he will, if he castles. No, the knight takes pawn is there. But knight takes pawn, then you might can even grab this pawn with the knight, because his rook will and the knight will attack that pawn. So yeah, it's, here we can try to sacrifice the pawn, and if he doesn't take the pawn castles, then we have pawn takes with a check with the king, and he can't. If he takes, then his rook will be an exchange up. And now, if he plays with the bishop takes, then we have bishop takes, pawn takes, and then we'll take knight takes pawn, and here if it grabs the knight, then we have queen takes g4, attacking this knight and attacking the g7 pawn, and even that rook will attack that pawn. So lot of threats are there. And there will be problem for the black to castle. So I guess this pawn push is more better. It looks great over there. Right, pawn push. Hmm. And if there's something like he does, then we will break his castle by pawn takes pawn. Okay, he can't castle. So his king will be big. Or we have, if he plays, we also Can try to play this. No, is possible. If he grabs the knight, then queen takes. But then he can
Bishop
grab
takes
this
e6.
later on.
Bishop
Okay.
takes e6.
Over here, I can even okay. Over here, if I take, if he plays over here, and if it takes, then we have queen takes knight. This bishop will be pinned. He can't take my bishop, and here the now bishop will be attacked. And if it takes bishop, then we have bishop takes bishop, and pawn takes and rook takes bishop, pawn to check. No, or queen takes is also there, or rook takes is also there with the check. But more better, I guess. But here, if knight here, he will try. He will capture this bishop first. So that is the main problem. So first thing, we'll try to grab this bishop. That is the important thing. Grab this bishop, pawn takes, and then knight takes pawn. Right. So first we will grab this bishop. Okay. We'll go as per our plans only.
F takes e6.
Okay.
F
And
takes
now
e6.
this will grab the center pawn. So the knight we are attacking. He tries to play something like this, and I can take and he castles, then can just go back or take the knight back. You see, the go back is more better, and I will be a piece of that. So you can't try that things. And okay, so over here now, if it takes the knight, then I'll not take this knight because then he will play again knight back, and then he will try to castle later on. Okay, so much better will be if he grabs this knight. It will much better to capture this knight, so that the knight my queen will attack the knight, and also my queen will attack this g7 pawn, and also the king attacks this e6 pawn. Already the rook is attacking that e6. So there will be lot of problems instead. So
Knight takes d4.
Now we'll
Knight
take
takes e4.
this g4.
F5.
Mhm.
Knight F5.
Over here we will just capture his pawn, e6 pawn. So how should we go for check? Oh, we check then we will play this. If I take the pawn, then we will just castle over here. So then we can do queen d7, attacking the rook. Mm, queen d7 is not so good, but he can castle if I take the e6 pawn. So possibility. Try to check in from this with the screen over there. So can just if we click this, then we will castle, right? Or we can even long castle. Do long castle. Mm-hmm. Good check. It's okay, but and then we'll again move down here to grab this is e2 pawn. Mm-hmm. I think we should grab the pawn. Otherwise, yeah, we should can even try with this move first. But here he can do queen to d7. That is the main issue. Um, okay, we can just take the pawn. Maybe yeah,
Castles
that's it.
kingside. Castles kingside.
Okay. Can just try to develop this I guess. Mm, okay, try to develop the pieces. You have to be very careful about this dangerous can that can be applied to this one. The things are okay. I can try to play queen d7, but it's okay. Can just go back. Okay, over here possible. This. Here also is possible. So that we can, after moving the bishop, we can try for the double rooks. So possible to play that.
C6. C6.
He played c6 because to control the center square because the knight d5 can anytime come to attack this bishop. So, but this pawn is weak now. Okay, and later on target anytime that pawn. Now to play quickly now. He might play this now. By attacking this and this. Okay. So I think here
Knight
this was more
d4.
correct.
Knight d4.
Now if he tries to double attack, I have some first meeting attack on this. So he can't grab the rook.
Knight takes c2.
Okay. And now first thing,
Knight takes c2.
meeting attack. So we can't grab the rook. And then my rook, he might play this bishop over here now to give the
Bishop f6.
meet it.
Bishop f6.
But then I have attacking, no, so I have to play this quickly. Now I'm attacking this pawn. Might play this. I've sacrificed one pawn, but that pawn can be recovered anytime. This check is also there, and lot of attack is there. I can even
Rook e8. Rook e8. d5. d5.
can, if I play this, knight will be trap, I guess. No, but knight can come here, possibly.
Queen e7. Queen
Oh,
e7.
you might play king there to grab the bishop. Okay. If he plays this, then I have pawn push. Okay, so there is no problem for that. To just properly hold to the time. I can even play this now. If he plays knight over here, then I have this threat to the queen. Okay, now this threat I have to do quickly. Even I can try to get this rook over here to capture this bishop anytime because this bishop is supporting that pawn. So now three supporters, three attackers to the pawn. What can we do now? Take, take.
Queen e6. Queen
Hmm.
e6.
He's trying to capture the my queen. So no, I will not let him do that. Someone has came. So please wait, I'm coming. So someone came. 99. Nine, nine, nine. Nine. If you place this, till this. Now how to continue from this? This is the important.
King h8.
Okay.
King h8.
I will try to capture this bishop, which is really dangerous. He might capture the knight. It's okay.
जाऊन बसवणे आहे नशिबाने पैसे सकाळी दूध आणायला दूध भात खाऊन बसता येणार आता काही
And we can try with this pawn pushes.
खाऊ शकतो जास्ती नाही म्हणजे ब्रेड घ्यायचा आहे का सकाळसाठी नाही आहे ना ब्रेड जायला लावू नकोस खालीच आहे ना मी दुकानात जाऊन येते 5 मिनिटासाठी वाटी पण घेऊन टाकतो
Bishop e5. Bishop e5.
If he takes the bishop, I have to capture with the rook. Possible.
Bishop c7. Bishop c7.
Now the important thing is we'll try to then this trying to attack the rook. Name the queen.
Knight e3. Knight e3.
You can take it now, I guess. Good.
Queen takes e3. Queen takes e3.
And we have this. And if bishop takes the pawn, we'll
Bishop
attack
takes
with the
f4
pawn.
check. Bishop takes
No,
f4 check.
no, we'll not take it. Now we'll play.
Black wins on time.
Oh,
Black wins on time.
okay, okay. Over here, if you take, we have to take. If we take, for example, and queen takes, Okay, we take and queen takes. Then after this, he comes back to save the rook. Okay, over here that was the main problem over here, right? So we were in the time pressure. That's why the problem here. I should have just no. Over, over here we should have not taken the rook to e2 was the great move over here. Yes, no other things or even knight to d1 at rook to e1 was more better over there. Okay, rook to e1 was more better. He might play this pawn push, but it's okay. I guess we did some blunders over the time pressure. I guess some problems happened. So over here, I should have just played this much better, pinning the queen, knight, and if this, then knight d1 was also no. If there was a threat of this now double attack, right? Triple attack. Here only, I should have not played that. Much better was to just play here. Rook h1 and then pawn push. No, pawn push is like he will give a check. Rook takes, bishop takes check. But here, should have gone with rook g4. If it does double attack, rook to e3, then there I should have given mate threat. And pawn push, then he can't capture that pawn because it will be a pin. So I just can play rook to e1. That was also there. Hmm. So I guess we have missed something there. I guess over here, after this queen, I should have. Hmm, yeah, better than play this. This is was a missed of actually due to time pressure. So it should not be play, not play that. I should have played this directly. Rook to c2, I guess. Yeah, rook to c2. And where this knight will move. Now, if we give check TK, just I can just go to king h2. Again, this there will be a threat to capture this pawn and the threat to capture the knight. So here, rook to d2 was winning, I guess. Uh, yeah, so the knight can't move over here or this square because the queen is watching there, right? Even here the rook is watching, so I can get two pieces for my one rook. So it will be better Over here, I should have done rook to d2. After this move, I guess there is no way for the black to defend the knight. Uh, Here, still, then I can take first rook takes or pawn takes anything, then I can just grab the knight. So there is no way over here to save the knight, right? If he takes this knight, still I can take with the pawn. And then here the knight is like a trap. Here he can play this knight to e1, but it's okay. There will be a double attack. Okay, rook to e2 after attacking the queen and the knight both. Yeah, rook knight to e1 was there, but that knight was bad over there. Mm, Maybe knight to e1, and after rook to e2, if he moves the queen over here, right, then I guess after this king to f2, attacking the knight, and I guess the knight will be trapped, right? So if it takes rook takes, then and then queen takes possible, right? And the knight will be trapped over there. There is no way to defend the knight. For example, he might try with the rook to attack the queen, but here I can just play rook in. No, if rook then we'll grab the, no, because rook takes when just play this, and if he takes the rook, okay, now the knight is trapped there. If he does this anything like this, then I can grab the rook, and down there is a mate. Queen takes and queen takes queen mate. So he has to grab capture the rook, and after this I have not the bishop takes. Bishop takes, then he has a double attack threat. So no bishop takes. I will not do that. I will take this knight with rook with the pawn. But the problem over here is still he can take with a discovered check to the king, right? And I can't even take that. So not the pawn, not possible with the pawn to capture the rook. So with the bishop only, or with the it's still possible. Okay, over here, with bishop, queen takes, then you try to save the knight. So maybe bishop takes is okay, but After pawn, take this on double attack threats. I guess the situation might be equal because after grabbing the pawn, he takes, and then I can take the knight. So more better will be knight takes. Okay, so queen takes doesn't have king takes also. The rook check is coming. Okay, so more will be knight takes more better. And over here, if he moves the knight, so we have queen to 4. And here, no, here the knight is like a trap over there, right? But the knight can come on e1 again. So knight has moved over there, right? But over here, I have attacking chance like knight to f5. I will not try to grab the knight now. So much better. Or this knight can be trapped by queen to f4 attacking. Uh, but he can even play this now. So not it's not possible to grab the knight, but we can even play this later on. So, but here he might get into the rook, so I have to get the king back. Now the same threat here, so you might play this, but then we have okay. This is possible because after if it takes, we have queen to f5. Now what is the threat? We can't save the bishop. Okay, but if we place this rook over here, defending the bishop, so we have the threats like we can take this knight, or okay, then he can grab this knight. Okay, so first taking can take knight queen, then we can take this knight. Now this pawn is supported by me, so he can't take it. But now the problem is his king is weak. You can see if the queen is not there, we can try to checkmate his king, like this, giving check from this square. So it is very difficult the black to save this queen. Okay, and here the pawns are also bad, isolated. So this position will be better for me. Here even I can just play this rook to f3. Okay. But here he might do a double attack, and still I can grab this. Then this will be, I guess, equal position only. So taking, okay, this is not equal position. So here I will not do that. Yeah, much better vision will be knight takes and then queen takes knight, and this was a better position for me. Okay, I would have done that, or even after playing this, when I first played queen f5, it plays still same position happens. Uh, but over here, I can directly grab this knight. But over here, he might play this, pinning my knight. So, so the main thing was over here, can't directly grab the knight. So over here, I should have to play knight h5. The same position would have happened. Look over here, will be. I guess it can be a bad because rook over here he can't capture it because queen check and then he can be a checkmated god there. So the important thing is has to take with the queen. There are a lot of threats over there, and I have to. Still, this is a bad position, right? And for the black after capturing the knight, because there can be any time meet threats over there, right? If we move the queen anywhere, so bad position. Okay, over here, after playing this, I should have even went for h4 over there, much better. Bishop can't grab this because there was a mate, so h4 was the great move over there. And now here, I was not able to take this pawn because the queen takes was there, and rook can't take the queen because down there is a rook e1 mate. Okay, so not possible. Mhm. So that's why I first played here. I should have played h4, h4, h5, and h6 to attack this rather than attacking with the bishop over here. Okay, so okay, over here, if I play this, then knight takes rook, and after knight takes bishop, he can capture with the queen. So the queen will protect this pawn. So that's why I was not able to attack that bishop. Okay.
ताज्या ठिकाणी टाकायचं नाही तिकडे पण खाणार नाही जास्त जुनं झालं की जास्त साऊंड केलं सडके ते जास्त बोलायचं मग आवाज नसणार नाही.
Better than that, I should have just first played this,
नाहीतर मग एकदम एक वाजतो
then queen.
देवाला बसायला आपण आपल्याला हात आहे हात काही खाऊन बघू जिरडा आहे म्हणजे पाणी खूप अगदी म्हणणार आपल्याला पण परंतु माझं वाटलं होतं ना शुद्धी नाही केलं काम खराब नाही झालं ते सगळं वास यायला लागलं ना असा वास येत नाही खाताना पुण्यासाठी पण
Okay, over here only I did that mistake over here. Hmm, I should have just played bishop e3, much better. But after queen d7, rook comes to e4.
राहिली होती नाही का
Here I should have gone with
प्ले होते
h4.
तुम्हाला
If he plays this pawn push now, because rook was attacking and bishop, so I would have done that. And now I'm pushing the pawn. I should have done this, and this is a great attacking position for me. Right? Hmm. He tries to do attack the knight. It is okay for me. He can't take it because the pawn is pinned to the queen. Not possible. Okay, fine. So I can just push the pawn. Now my threat is pawn take bishop and queen take mate. So important thing is he has to defend. He even can, if he tries to defend with this pawn, then we have this attack to the knight. When knight moves here or here anywhere, now I have a rook e2. And for example, he takes, then I have knight takes, or I can just play queen takes. Our threat is to give check from here or here. Here is much better to capture them. And if it takes, then we have queen check. It comes here. Then now this bishop check. And if it comes here, then rook check. Right. And king comes here, then and then I can grab the knight. Or and then this simply wins, I guess. This one pawn takes pawn. Just in this Aru place. But the problem is check. ठीक है, check is king can't promote the queen because now there is a checkmate. There's a checkmate. He might he check, but then attacks. Now this is still save the bishop, but you can just make this right. But then this check again, we will try to move. Okay. Here, this easily might be captured. Just takes and then king check, king here. Here there is a problem. I guess more better is to do check after king over here. This check, king comes here. I guess this and just go over here, and then I can grab the pawn. Okay. After grabbing the pawn, this is a better position for us because now there are a lot of threats. The king is weak, so that's why it is a winning position for us, right? So this was a winning position. I might if he tries to play something to save the pawn, then there's a check and we'll grab the queen. And then better can be possible, but yeah, this check first. Yeah, and if king comes back, then I'll get this check. King comes, and then this. Now the king needs to come ahead, and then this check, or I guess more better will be this check. King comes here, then this check. King comes here, and this check. This this check. The queen only has to come in between, and the result will be a move. Right? So that there is no way for him to move. Right? After this, he has to play here. Can't play down. Down. Okay. But then okay, now this might be because here I have just captured the bishop in simple way, and then I have also taken this one point. Okay, this pawn is the main problem. So he tries to play, and there is also a threat now to take the bishop. Right, rook takes. Correct, rook takes or bishop takes. So he has to grab that bishop, and then I will grab that bishop with rook. So now he has to give. He has to. We have the two threads over here to take this pawn. He might play this, but then now this is a winning position. Why? Because queen rook check first. Now queen comes here, king comes here. So just you have to this check you have to give. Note that queen can't take because I will take with the pawn and I can grab that pawn later on. So not possible. Or even I can take with the queen with the check and then I can later on grab the pawn by attacking the pawn. So king has to move anywhere. Now there will be a waiting some time. Check or this check is also much better. Yeah, both checks. Or this check is much better. Check. Letting the king down. Now this check. Letting the king down. Okay. Or more better will be putting the king queen over here. If the king comes down, then I will give a check from the rook. Right? or over here. And if he comes down, or I can give the check with the rook. Yes, you can block the check, but then that's it. And then I can first grab the pawn, and then I have the queen, and now I have this winning chance of queen to f7 check. Fine, and then capturing the pawn, and then after capturing, I have pawn push. Okay, so that pawn will be a queen. Okay, got it. So this is the winning position on pawns. So got it how we can do. And if he plays upside anywhere, so still it is winning because now this rook check, king comes here, then queen check, king comes here, then this king comes up anyway here, then we have this queen check first, king over here, and then this rook check, and when king comes here, I guess here we can even, yeah, this check, king has to come. If king comes here, then this check, and then when the king comes here, can even grab the pawn for capture. And slowly we can win this game now. Now it's easy. Okay. Now this check. King coming down. And now this queen check. When king comes down, now this check. But this check will get the queen back, right? So now a small thing, this, right? Will attack with the rook mate. You can give one check, but it's okay. Then if he tries to play this, then we can just simply capture the queen also. There are a lot of things, lot of ways to win like this, capture the queen, and then we can grab the rook, right? And the king comes in there, and we are rook up, so it is a winning position. Right. You got it. So if we move there, and then it is a winning one. And for example, if he tries to come here, so still the same thing we can do. Even over here, we can grab that rook and then try to win. Right. That is also one thing. We can do that. Okay. And second thing, can just play this thing, queen check. And when the king comes up, then this will be checkmate, right? So, okay. So important thing, easy. So you got it. So over here, it was very easy. So you got it. So how it was an actually an win if it comes here, right? And for example, if the king goes there, okay, after this check, if king goes here, then we have on meeting attack. But Okay. There will be no mate due to this bishop, right? So what we can do, can just do this, right? And now the main thing is grabbing the bishop, the mate threat. If queen takes and queen takes check, okay, queen takes check will be there, and after capturing the bishop, queen takes check, king comes here, and there will be queen to g7 mate over here, right? Queen to g7. So, right, important. So even if this it takes, then there is a mate overlay check. King has to come in between. Otherwise, there is still king comes or not. Still it is a mate only one. So if he tries to defend the bishop, even I guess this might win. Okay. This can win because, for example, if it takes this pawn, okay, so rook takes, and this is a winning position. If it tries to get the queen, okay, and now if it tries to capture, there is no. If it tries to capture, then this is a win. Okay, bishop takes, queen takes, king over here, and this is a no, sorry, not that. This is a checkmate. Okay, so there is 8 and after this, still if he tries to play something like this, then this is a double checkmate. Okay, check with the bishop and so check with the rook. Okay, so king can't move anywhere and it's a checkmate. Okay, double checkmate. So he can't do anything, right? He can't grab this rook because there's a bishop check, and he can't grab the bishop because there is a rook check. So it's a double checkmate, right? He can't do anything. So yeah, you can just check how the dangerous attack it was, right? So over here, whatever he plays, if he does this, he's not capturing anything, and if he does this, trying to attack the queen, but then still the same threat takes comes, and this is still winning because if it takes the queen, there is a double checkmate. Rook to f8, it's a double checkmate. Okay, he can't take the rook because there is a bishop check, and he can't take the bishop because it's a rook check. So it's a double checkmate. Got it? So I guess, fine. So in all the situations, it's a winning position only. Whatever he does this queen over here, still it is a checkmate. Okay, because rook takes will come now. The same threat will come, same ideas. If he if he grabs this rook, say queen bishop check, knight into bishop, queen into knight, king come and queen checkmate. So there was a checkmate over that. Right? So whatever he does, it was winning only for him, right? If we move the knight, then Then still it is a checkmate only. Queen takes, king comes here, and this is a checkmate. Okay. So this was a winning position, guys. I guess I did some small mistake. He can't grab the knight, so over here he might play with this. But then I have a dangerous ideas like this takes, queen takes, right? I have ideas like knight takes bishop, queen takes knight, and then check, double attack. But the knight can come in between, so that check will not go. But then I have bishop attacking the queen. So lot of attacks will be there. Okay, his king is weak, so it will be winning for us. The position is better. Now this threat is more correct, dangerous, right? There's a double attack. More here. Can just do this for this check now. But I'll take the knight. So now the threat is to capture queen takes and then queen takes knight. Right? Because queen is defending both this knight and the bishop. We might play this, but then we have bishop takes. Still, this is better. Do that. We might attack our queen, but then this is the problem. But that is this. I guess this after playing queen e7 there can be some better moves. Okay. Can consider check and then he goes there. And then I can move with knight to e2 attacking the pawn. Replace this. And then I have knight to c3. So this pawn will not go anywhere because the bishop is watching it. So from okay, this is possible to play. Okay, यहाँ पे here h4 over here better than rook. We might play something different. We might play here knight e2 was also there, but pawn push, and again the knight can come back. No, pawn push, then I can just grab this with the attacking the queen, right? So pawn push was not possible. Then after knight over here, he might should have just defended that pawn with the pawn push, right? Now bishop d2, and I can go with the knight to f4, trying to sacrifice my knight, and then trying for the mate something with that pawn. So it's possibility. These are the possibilities. We can try to attack. Okay, but the important thing was, I guess, bishop e3 was more better. It was a safe option over there, and there was no need to do anything, right? So it was much better to play that. Okay, guys. So got it? How we can play? Okay. So bishop e3 was more better than bishop c f4. Correct. We might, if it takes, then there was no problem. We can take with them, and then there can be a double rook to attack the bishop, right? So in time triple, I just played the bishop f4. So I should have done that bishop e3. I was thinking should have played quickly over that, right? So no bishop. For today we will end this stream. Okay. No issue. So if you like my video, then subscribe my channel. Okay, and like the channel. Okay. I will do we'll do a stream. Okay, later on. Fine. So bye guys, all of you. Bye.